If you're wondering why I haven't uploaded in a while, well, I really don't have an answer for that. But if you're wondering what I'm eating, it's Oogie's Popcorn. You don't seem to really care, even if I tell you that you can save 20% off your first order at oogiesnacks.com using promo code FEVER20. Well, you could. I mean, it's good popcorn. Well, you know, the simple answer is I haven't really committed to making YouTube videos. That's the main reason why I haven't done it in a while. But all that changes. Obviously, I say that so many times, but I'm just going to let the videos speak for themselves. So, in today's video, we're talking about my favorite handheld, which is the PlayStation Vita. Mainly the reasons why I think you should get it in 2018 and moving forward in 2019, and overall a simple review of the handheld itself.
What you've come to know as NGP, our next generation portable, is officially named PlayStation Vita. Thank you. Thank you.
The PS Vita was released back in December of 2011 in Japan, announced a few months earlier at the E3 conference in Los Angeles. Dubbed as the portable PS3 and the most advanced handheld to date, Sony's handheld was making noise due to its powerful hardware, all packed in a portable device. Now, this wasn't Sony's first rodeo with handhelds. Their first official handheld, named the PlayStation Portable, also known as the PSP, was released back in December of 2004 in Japan, and months later released in North American and European territories. The PSP gave Sony the blueprint that made the sophisticated handheld it is now. Some of these things included adding a touchscreen, adding an accessible online multiplayer experience, and having dual analog sticks. In this video, we'll go over 5 main factors of the hardware and price, the category of genres and games, online multiplayer, apps, and the capabilities like remote play and the AR feature. Let's start off with the hardware and overall look of the handheld. The PlayStation Vita has a 5-inch 16:9 LCD screen with a resolution of 960 by 544. Without boring you about the spec information, the PlayStation Vita is on tier with being a powerful handheld right behind the Nintendo Switch. It has dual analog sticks that feel very comfortable, work great, and are well utilized in first-person shooters and in third-person games. To the top left of the handheld, we have 4 pad buttons that can be used to move around or used to select an arsenal of tools and weapons. To the top right side, we are met with the iconic PlayStation buttons, used for actions like jumping, climbing, reloading, and switching weapons. Beyond the physical buttons, the PlayStation Vita has both a touchscreen and a rear touchpad that can be used for gameplay. I found the touchscreen to be very responsive and useful when necessary. The rear touchpad is my least favorite feature, as I feel it doesn't really add anything to the gaming experience. Sure, games like Little Deviants, Little Big Planet, and Tearaway use it, but you can go without them honestly. For some games or when using remote play, the rear touchpad is used as a substitution for the lack of L2 and R2 buttons. Again, I just don't really see a good use for it, to be honest. The Vita has 2 cameras, a front-facing camera and a rear-facing camera. Some games utilize these cameras for minimal gameplay and for minimal customization, like in A Little Big Planet and Tearaway. Now in these games, you can use the camera to have your face in the game, the rear camera used for AR gaming and exploring, but just overall, I don't feel that it really adds anything. It's just more of a flashy feature on the handheld. Sure, you can use the cameras to record yourself, but considering the low resolution of them, again, I wouldn't really consider or recommend you using these for YouTube. Whether you own the 1000 or 2000 model, both handhelds feel really good on the palm of your hands. It's like holding a DualShock controller with all the buttons within reach. When the PlayStation Vita was first released, it went for $249.99. Today, the trending price goes for $200 for a brand new handheld in sites like Amazon and eBay. That being said, online is your best place to actually get yourself a handheld because retail stores just don't have it in stock anymore in what feels like years. It's very disappointing to see the Vita like this because in comparison to the 3DS, its main competitor, you can still buy the 3DS at retail stores like Best Buy, GameStop, and Target. If anything, now is the best time to buy a brand new PS Vita for the $200 trending price before they become even more hard to come by with a higher price tag. When first announced, gamers like myself noticed the price tag of the memory sticks being extremely high. Now, they weren't micro SD cards, which meant you had to buy a specific memory stick that only worked on the Vita. An 8GB memory stick would run you around $24.99, which sure, it came down to $19.99, but again, it's a necessary evil because you needed to save your progress or if you wanted to download games. Like the handheld, online is the only way you can get these memory sticks, which still hover around the MSRP. The price of the memory sticks sucked, not the biggest contributor to its downfall, but sure alienated more gamers from the handheld. Now the games, let's go ahead and talk about games, the most important part of any system or handheld. The PlayStation Vita is a host to a lot of different genres including FPS, racing, JRPG, sandbox, third-person action adventure, and platform. Honestly, any genre you can think of, the Vita most likely has it. The handheld can play well over 1,000 games, including Vita exclusive, PSN titles, minis, PSP, and PS1 classics. Just to name a few, here are some of the fan-favorite games, including Killzone Mercenary, Persona 4 Golden, Uncharted Golden Abyss, Gravity Rush, Freedom Wars, the Danganronpa series, Little Big Planet, Tearaway, Need for Speed Most Wanted, and the game that helped me boost this channel, Minecraft. Furthermore, there's a grand selection of PSN titles like the Hotline Miami series, Terraria, Limbo, and The Binding of Isaac. A lot of these PSN titles are cross-buy enabled, meaning that if you buy the PS3 or PS4 version, you can download that game on the Vita for free. PSP and PS1 classics can be played via the PlayStation Store. These titles have a small graphic upgrade, so slightly look better than their predecessor, which is never a bad thing. And granted, there aren't any big titles coming out to the PlayStation Vita anytime soon, but there's still a strong selection of games you can play with a strong and dedicated community. Link in the description with the list of all the PlayStation Vita games available, and if you don't feel convinced, wait for my updated version of my top 20 PlayStation Vita games. I have a couple videos on that on the channel, you want to go ahead and check it out, but if you want an updated version of it, stay tuned. Unlike the PS4, playing online, having cross-chat, sending messages, and friend requests is all free. There is no $59.99 yearly fee, and just like the PlayStation 3, you can make a free account and start playing online multiplayer like in Killzone Mercenary, Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified, Freedom Wars, PlayStation All-Stars, Little Big Planet, and Minecraft. After playing some intense online battles, you want to go ahead and unwind and relax and watch some TV shows, movies on the Netflix, Hulu, or Crackle app. You also have the option to be able to watch your favorite funny Fortnite Let's Player on the Twitch app. You also have the option to download or transfer music and movies and play it on the handheld. And the hidden gem. Okay, I meant to say gem, not gym, so you can't roast me in the comment section. Is the internet browser, where you can also use it to watch YouTube videos, because Sony pulled the plug on the YouTube app years ago, so this is like the only way you can watch Fever's 8-month-old videos through the internet browser. Just go to m.youtube.com and boom, you're done. Sure, the app count is nowhere near your phone, but the fact that they have third-party and exclusive apps is kind of a nice little deal, but you use it for gaming, not really apps, right? If you own a PlayStation 4, you can connect the Vita via remote play and be able to basically control everything on the PlayStation 4. This means you can play a good handful of PlayStation 4 games, have access to PSN titles, music, apps, messages, and just anything the PlayStation 4 has. Remote play is a cool concept, and I expect it to play smoothly on the PlayStation 4, but this feature is more a way just to showcase the power and introduce a gimmick idea that isn't necessarily something anyone that, or me personally, uses in the long run. It just doesn't make any sense, to be honest. The same notion goes with the implementation of AR. Some games like Little Big Planet and Little Deviants utilize a rear camera to showcase a different creative way to look at the world and be able to interact with it. But like remote play, AR is an ability to showcase the power, but something you can live without and you rarely ever use it. It's simple as that. To conclude, I love the PlayStation Vita. It has a lot to offer. Obviously, Sony missed some great opportunities to really elevate it to the next level, and it never really succeeded the sale amount that the PSP did, but it had a lot of promise for sure. The online community, which is one of the biggest things, while small, is still one of the main reasons why I always tell people to get it, because there's games like Black Ops Declassified, Killzone Mercenary, Little Big Planet Levels, that sort of deal, where you can play with people that are still dedicated to the handheld. You'll meet a great amount of people. Having the option to play PS1, PSP, PSN exclusives is always a great added bonus for the PlayStation Vita experience. Right now, the price is pretty good. Obviously, if you wait any further, they're going to fluctuate the price even more. It's going to be even more difficult to own a brand new PlayStation Vita. Communities might die down by that time. Servers are going to be shutting down. So I think that right now in this stage, take advantage of what the PlayStation Vita has to offer and kind of go with it. I think that it's one of the best handhelds that I've ever played, that I still play to this day. And I just can't emphasize how good it is. Could have been better. Don't get me wrong. Could have been amazing. But hey, we still have a good handheld. This basically concludes our video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a like. Link in the description with all the information. Use promo code FEVER20 to save 20% off your order at oogiesnacks.com. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. And it won't be in 6 months. Chill.